Booyah.
Whew, sorry. I need a nap. Anybody else feel that way now?
What? If we need a nap? Yeah, I could use a nap.
Can we all use a
Heck,
nap?
what are you talking about? I just got up. Well, okay.
Okay, you've been up for hours.
I've been up for hours.
I was going to say, you were at a school doing your thing.
Doing it at school. Yeah, yep. Welcome to What is Super Dirt? What the crap is this Super Dirt thing that everybody's been talking about? Super Dirt? What on earth? Is that some kind of a motocross show or what?
Apparently we're related to motocross, but no.
What on earth is Super Dirt? And why are we doing it? Should we look at the paper so I can actually say what we're going to do?
It's just ideas.
It's just ideas.
It's just ideas.
Well, I started it out perfectly correctly, guys. I said, what is Super Dirt? And I'm asking, so right now we have the creators are
producers?
Are we the producers?
Producers and creators?
Producers and creators of Super Dirt. We have, you guys introduce yourselves.
Raleigh
Rollins?
Raleigh Smith.
Raleigh Smith. We might as well go with our full names. We're not, no secrets, because we're never going to say it again. We all have characters on the show, so let's just say who we are. So, Raleigh Smith.
Kenny Smith,
and Bobby Glenn James. We're the producers of the show, and I got to tell you, this is one of the funnest things, and I know you guys are tired of me saying how much fun I'm having with this show. I don't know if anybody else cares or thinks it's the coolest thing on the planet. I am having a blast, loving every second of it.
I don't know if I'd ever be tired with anybody having fun with the show, Bobby.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So, why did we do this? Well, let's kind of explain a little bit what is Super Dirt. We might as well go there a little bit. So, what is it?
So, Super Dirt is basically about different universes that are basically all joined together into one world. So you've got Marvel and DC and, Dark Horse and
Harry Potter,
Star Trek, Star Wars,
Animaniacs. There's no fandom that is not included in this world.
We are all inclusive, completely inclusive.
Yeah, and the creator, Brandon, kind of wanted to do what would happen if the man on the street was interviewing people.
Yes, so let's talk about Brandon Ushio.
Yes.
Brandon, he's the
original...
The host of the Fandom podcast.
Yes, the Fandomaniacs.
And he's a great friend of ours.
Yes.
And we were all in this podcasting meeting where we were learning about stuff, and he gave us what you just said.
Yeah, he... you guys were developing a tool, and obviously you wanted to test it, and it worked out great. But it went from like a man on the street, dude sitting at a news desk, like, take it away, Bobby, to a TMZ style esque meets, I like to say, like Inside Edition or the Hollywood Reporter,
right?
I guess.
Yes.
So. And it includes everything because there's nothing that's off limits. We are the norms that are in the world, and we just...
What is a norm?
A norm is a regular person without any sort of...
Without any superpowers.
Powers, or isn't animated, or doesn't come from a universe that we could not possibly exist in.
There's some of us that are supers, though.
Yes, some of the characters on the show are supers. Some of them are norms. What's the premise of the show? So you said kind of it's like this. So how is it set up, the actual show? So I'm asking this question, but I know the answer. So I'm like, hey, I should answer that because I know what the answer is. You're the
consummate host, Bobby.
Yeah.
The consummate host.
Well, I would say that it's about the things that no one really thinks about these superheroes. Kind of the things that you wouldn't normally think about, like what happens behind the scenes. What insidious things do they do in order to allow them to do the things that they can do or that the public sees?
And maybe even just small lame things like peeing in the alley, or I know I brought up peeing. You knew I would bring it up.
You knew it.
Even the character's not obsessed with peeing, obviously.
Yeah, it's just, but it's just about
like
things that we
cheating
would
on
not
their
think.
wife. Washing their clothes at home because they can't take it to a dry cleaner. All of these things are kind of included.
I mean,
all these little tiny things that you never think about.
It's stuff, if you want your fandom, or if you want to get into that superhero world and just see it in a different light, see it differently than the big screen or we're painting it in a much, I think, funner, just interesting, what if?
What if Iron Man made out with Santa Claus?
Or, Batman with his insider trading.
Like, what if?
Or Peter Parker having a homosexual relationship with Spider-Man. I personally...
there you go again, just categorizing him. I'm just kidding.
Well, that's right. People get to listen to the show. But it's fun because the sky is the limit of what we can talk about if we choose to, which we're not afraid to go where no human person, individual has ever went before.
The caveat to that is that we are coming from the premise that we are just norms that exist in this world, and we don't know the backstories. Right. If they have like a secret alter ego, like we don't know who that is, like all of these things. So we approach it like we're just watching these superheroes or these people that have lots of powers
from that
perspective. And they all exist and intertwine, so
and
they
cross
it
gets a
over.
little crazy.
It does get a little crazy.
Or from my character's point of view of keeping a balance and contrast between the two.
Well, and let's talk about characters for a minute. So we are all characters in the show, not only producers but also characters. Why, Mr. I Am? Why Invisible Man? What happened there? What were you thinking?
Well, an invisible man can go pretty much anywhere. He can get into just about anything.
The ultimate news reporter.
He's the ultimate news reporter, and quite frankly, he's the fly on the wall. So no matter what happens, no one's going to know what's going on, and he can get some information that no one else can get. I mean, you look at and the possibility, the fact that he's has superpowers, that puts him in a line where he has a contrast where he's not a whole lot different than a normal person, but
except that you can't see him.
You can't see him.
You can't see him.
You're just crossing it. You're kind of under the pinnacle of a line where you're partially normal, but you're also a super, and that was something that I thought would bring a lot of character and development to the show.
It also allows us to go places we couldn't go otherwise.
Oh, so sneaky. It's so fun.
It is.
Mr. I Am, you're our ace in the hole, which we talk about all the time. But
I don't know. Bo's been our ace in the hole for a couple of episodes.
Yeah. So different characters. We have several different characters. Bo is our resident...
accidental reporters.
Reporters, what we call him.
Yes.
He's a little on the fun side. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe Bo exactly.
He enjoys chemicals.
He has tickets to places that we are unwilling to purchase in order to get where he goes.
He's so carefree too.
He certainly gets a lot of interesting stories.
He certainly does. Certainly does. What about some of your characters, Kenny?
I'm Kenny Cassidy on the Super Dirt Show, and it's a lot of fun because I always wanted to be a serious reporter, but she's the serious reporter that nobody would take seriously because she was always trying to find dirt on supers. So Bobby's the only person in this universe that will listen to her stories and takes her seriously.
Yes, she is the voice of reason of the show. When we get all out of control, she brings us back in, and my character Bobby Baxter loves to get out of control and look at the world and turn it upside down, and you do such a good job with your character of pointing things out and making it so Bobby Baxter can see it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I think we're very open. All of our characters, we've got, what are some of the other characters that we have out there?
Henry Harrison,
the very straight reporter, but very analytical.
Yes.
Figure it out. And then Marty
Maxwell.
He's not Marty Maxwell. He's Mickey on
that's
Super Dirt. Are we talking about Verse News or Super Dirt?
Oh, no, Super Dirt. Sorry. Marty. What is it? What's his name? Oh, my gosh. gosh, I'm so
Mickey.
bad. Mickey. That's right. Mickey.
Mickey is actually played by Brandon Ushio,
Yes.
so that's kind of fun.
Which it's beautiful. I'm going to be upfront. Everybody knows I'm not most versed in the verses.
Neither am I. Everything I learn is from my husband,
Yeah.
so like I got nothing.
The show is awesome though because we have some very deep fandom people that really,
Yeah.
I mean, Brandon and Ryan and Raleigh, you guys really understand the verses, so it's fun because we play off that on
Yes.
the show. We play off that, so
We do.
super
definitely do.
fun. Who else do we got? Val Killery.
Yes.
Chrisella is playing Val Killery.
And then Sebastian
She's the
is Bo.
insane person that is
She's our insane
obsessed with-
conspiracy theorist.
Yes, conspiracy theories out there. And of course, these characters we're gonna play with them and hone them and have some fun. We're just having a super lot of fun with Super Dirt, and we've kind of been talking. Do we have any other question? Why we wanted to do this? Why did we want to do this?
Those are my reasons. So what is it
well, I
that
think
brought
they're
you
great.
guys to the? Okay, so when I was thinking about it, and when it was a beta test after we did the whole thing with Brandon in the class, and he was like, "It's your idea if you want it, Kenny. Take it and run with it," because I had some of the resources available. So, I was looking at it and I was like, "It's an inclusive thing. Like we all know that." The world is super polarized, and fandom is no different. Like, I mean, DC versus Marvel is a real argument out there. Like, seriously, people come to blows. I've seen it. It's crazy stuff.
It is crazy.
So I thought if we could create a world where everything is included, and so nobody's off limits, and everything is, everyone is being considered, as well as, so it would create an atmosphere of inclusivity, and it would lessen the negativity in the verses. Like, why are we always against each other?
Yeah, what's the lessen the negativity? Because we're talking about bringing up dirt on the supers.
Yeah.
You would think that means negative, but I know what you're saying because we are very, I don't know. The show just feels so much like we're not afraid to talk about things.
Yeah.
We're not afraid to get a little uncouth.
We have
or a
brought
little
up some
politically incorrect.
very touchy subjects on the show too.
We're I wouldn't call us explicit. It's not an explicit show. It is adult. I mean, I think kids might go, what?
It might cause your kids to have some questions.
We don't curse a lot. There is no real cursing in it. I just don't. I'm not a okay.
But lessening the negativity is more like lessening the negativity between all of the fandoms. Like everybody's always out to troll somebody that they don't understand. So maybe this will help everybody understands a little fuller.
Anything is fair game.
Yeah,
fair game.
Fair game.
And we have fun with that.
Yeah, we do.
And we're only going to hone this and get better and better at it.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, and bringing the communities together for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely does that. Well,
we have verse crossovers all the time. You'll either love it or you'll hate it. But
yeah, if the Penguin is with Spider-Man doing a drug deal, that's just, wow. That just doesn't happen very often, right?
And no topic is off limits. No person is off limits in the verses. Like, I mean, we attack Jameson all the time for all of his.
Oh, Jameson! My character hates Jameson. So I want to talk. And then the last one, of course, fun. I think we all that was my big deal when we were talking about it, and I came up to you, Kenny, and I said, dude, I want to be a part of this. I don't know what, because this just sounds like a freaking blast.
Yeah,
this sounds so fun. And then I was on, and I'm just gonna say, I want to give the tribute to my character. Me and my wife were on a Mary Tyler Moore kick. Okay, if anybody even knows what that show is, we were watching it on, I think, Hulu or something, and we watched every episode of Mary Tyler Moore. And anybody that's ever seen that show, Ted Baxter is the anchorman for that show, and he's this crazy, goofy, funky dude.
Aloof sort of
dude. And I just wanted to give a tribute. I don't think my character is necessarily like Ted Baxter, but it's a tribute and an homage to that show and to him. And so that's why I wanted to be this. And the thought of him becoming the editor-in-chief is just hilarious to me.
He would never have that position in real.
No.
In Mary Tyler Moore time.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, this show is so creative and it's something that I think everybody would enjoy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, even people that aren't fandoms, that aren't big fans of superheroes and stuff like that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that
We all want dirt on, people. We're driven that way. We want to know what's going on.
And it's fun. It's
it's lots of fun.
creative.
Yeah.
It's not, and we poke fun at unreal things or people that aren't, don't really exist.
Yeah.
And it's much so we can do that and not. I mean, we're going to offend people. Let's face it. I mean, I'm sure I think I've offended pretty much everybody in the cast at one time. But
I don't know. That's a hard thing to do, Bobby.
yeah, well, true. But my thought is, I don't know where I was going with that. Actually, I had some really cool philosophy.
We are going to offend people because we talk about everything and anything. Nothing is off limits.
But the characters aren't
but
real
the characters
human
aren't
beings,
real human beings.
So you don't have to take it personal if you don't want. You can just enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a little easier to attack anything in any topic in any sort of way when you're doing it with a whole bunch of fictional characters. I'm totally not gonna lie.
I gotta tell you, it's fun.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun. It has been a lot of fun.
And as a listener, for me, it's fun to listen to. I know it's hard to pull away from that as a potential listener if you're in the thing, because anything you're doing you think is pure genius.
Yeah.
But it is just fun, and I think it's fun to listen to. But
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
No,
I don't think you are.
I think it's a blast to listen to.
My kids think it's great. It does cause a lot of questions on occasion, though.
Yeah, so we no holds bars. So we may, if your children do listen, they may have some questions for you.
Because there is adult content. We do. We dive into homosexuality, LGBTQ issues, Me Too,
Binary,
financial trading,
non-binary,
binary personalities, all sorts of things. We dive into all sorts of stuff.
Drug deals.
Which is
Yes.
why
we will talk about drugs,
Yes.
sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
there are sex tapes.
That we talk about. There's
we
not
talk
real
about.
sex
There's
tapes.
not real
Not real
sex
sex
tapes because there can't be because they're fictional characters.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
But the juxtaposition between Verse News taking it a little bit more serious and then Super Dirt being just like off the cuff
the
and
format.
totally random.
tell the format of the show.
Okay, so what we have right now is we have Verse News, which is the serious news, and they're bringing us all the stories from the investigative reporters on the news desk from all the verses, and
this is a very straight news.
Yeah, it's just a very
kind
straight
of,
news, sort of.
very
This is what's
PR-esque.
happening.
PR, not PR. NPR.
Yes,
NPR-esque.
Yeah, just bringing you whatever it is that's going on in whatever verse it is. And there are crossovers. Sorry, y'all. They're wizards hang out with
It's
supers.
all over the place.
It's all over the place. And then we go into Super Dirt, which is a little more off the cuff and totally random. And it's not copy or scripted or anything. We just kind of run with it. And so...
But we do want fans to start giving us content as far
Definitely.
as things that the supers are doing that they shouldn't, and we've kind of been reaching out. I've gotten some pretty good input.
have I, yeah.
think we're going to keep this rolling. So if people out there listening, if you want to be a part of this, where can they be a part? I know the Facebook and
SuperDirtNews.com.
SuperDirtNews.com.
You can submit a story. You can join our email group and just stay informed and get access. You can hit up our Patreon and actually support us, which would be awesome.
Yep.
And then we are on Facebook under Superdirt HQ and Twitter under Superdirt HQ and Instagram under Superdirt HQ because that's where we are at.
At the headquarters. And we would love to get your feedback, to get your insight into stories. If you've ever thought, wouldn't it be funny if so-and-so superhero did this?
Or wouldn't it be interesting? What would be the repercussions of something like this happening in the world of superheroes, whatever it happens to be?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're going to morph this thing. We're going to evolve. It's going to get, I just feel it's going to get better and funner as we go along. And our characters are going to get stronger and stronger. So I've already seems like in the first 7 episodes that we've done, our characters are starting to hone in on some fun stuff. So
yeah, it's been interesting.
It has been interesting. Well, that's it. Anything else, guys? What do we want to? Anything else we want to talk about? Listen to the show. Listen, like anything, give it 3 or 4 editions first.
Yes.
Don't hang up on the first edition, right? I sometimes some of my favorite shows of all times. The first episode, I'm like, oh man, I don't think I could. The Office. The first episode I watched of The Office, I'm like, what in the
world
freak is this?
With unscripted anything, I think you get that a little bit because you're not sure what's going on.
Yeah, so give us a few listens. No, we're gonna take this to the next level, go as far as we can with it, and just have a lot of fun making fun of ourselves, making fun of the supers, making fun and just enjoying some little comedy and little laughs in our lives.
Definitely needed right now.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, y'all. So if you'd like to follow us or anything else, all of our stuff is on superdirtnews.com. Go ahead and visit there, and you can find whatever it is that you need.
superdirtnews.com.
Superdude HQ.
Have a good night, y'all.
See ya.